just a disclaimer. I am feeling quite ready to snuggle into my bed and get an amazing night's sleep. But I've had a couple of friends reach out to me and say, what the hell is going on with the energy, Kellyanne? And so I thought I would just drop some messages just in case it would help bring some like awareness where you're like, okay, like I'm not losing my mind, or okay, like this is what I can expect. So what has been coming to the surface as far as like frustration, tension, anxiety, maybe even physical symptoms? You're just feeling like tight, achy, heavy, not enough energy, or if you're like myself, like last night's energy was off the charts, like off the charts. What's been coming up is that the wound that you have with your primary caregiver, right? So your mother, your father, maybe one of your grandparents, maybe a pattern through your ancestral lineage is coming through to be released. And I think it's important to understand that it doesn't have to take a long time to release these patterns. It's a recognition and then a choice, an understanding and then a release. So this pattern that is coming out for release, it's also attached to a belief system and a way of being and an identity and how you operate in the world. And the shifts are happening at rapid speeds. Like the energy is moving a lot faster. And the best thing that you can do to allow this to move through is to listen to your own body, not get caught up in the mind, because it's when you get caught up in the mind and the narrative and the story about what's happening, or like any kind of like, if you recognize like I'm approaching this with my mind's all over it, I'm telling all the stories about it, I'm in this drama loop about it, like you can get yourself out of that. So when it feels super intense, that is the time that you are ready to release the thing at the root. And oftentimes, because of the discomfort, that the levels of discomfort that come to the surface and so much energy coming up, that we try to attach like a narrative, a story, our mind gets involved in the whole thing. And if you can just like almost ignore it. So when I say ignore it, it's not about bypassing it. It's like not getting your mind caught up in what is happening. Like understanding on an energetic level, you are shifting through levels of consciousness. You are shifting out of identities that no longer serve you. You are moving forward beyond belief systems that have once kept you limited. You are shifting out of the ancestral patterns that you are here to move beyond. And that's all that matters. The story that we tell about it, oh, it's my mother wound, it's my father wound, it's like this thing that happened, it's my business, I'm not making enough money, I'm like all of the stories are the thing that actually keep it more alive. And by not letting the mind get attached, you can shift quicker. So my whole point is, over the last few days, these belief systems, these limitations, these ancestral patterns that we're still like anchored into, the stories and narratives about our past and what has happened or what hasn't happened, or have been coming to the surface to be released. This is where we get choices or superpower. So the discomfort comes up and we can either start to tell a story or a narrative about it, and that's really kind of like a bypass of the discomfort. Because if you just allow yourself the discomfort, and when I say earlier about like ignoring, it's like you ignore it to not tell a story about it. You move about your day. You might want to set a timer for 5 minutes and let yourself feel the thing, but move about your day. It's just energy that wants to move through. So old patterns are moving through so that you can shift to higher levels of frequency and vibration and consciousness. And so, because the body is the most dense energy, it is the final stage in which we'll feel these shifts moving through. And so, the beliefs and the survival mechanisms and the ancestral patterns and the ways that you've limited yourself and like the core wounds connected to your primary caregiver have like all been coming to the surface. Maybe you've had aches and pains, maybe you had digestive issues, maybe your energy has just felt like very stagnant, maybe you've felt very frustrated or lost or unsure. It's really in all of those in-between moments about like what you do, how you handle it, how do you treat yourself, how do you talk to yourself. Can you like surrender and allow the process of things to move through you so that you can get through to the other side more quickly and directly? And this isn't about going anywhere. It's just about, it's important to note that what I'm sharing here is not about where you are is bad or wrong or good or right, whatever. It is an invitation to have awareness about if you're getting caught up in loops, pay attention. Like, is your mind so involved? Because the shifts that are happening on an energetic and consciousness level, in order for you to shift your identity, to expand into a different capacity, happens on an energetic level. And when you're thinking too much or telling the story or trying to figure it out, that's like your survival brain. And if you really just like step back, breathe, allow it to move through you, it's going to be uncomfortable. I'm just telling you, some of this is going to be uncomfortable. But if you don't get too involved in the discomfort and just know I'm just in the middle of a process and it will pass a lot quicker. So this week has been about core wounds connected to your primary caregiver and the storylines that you're still holding on to, the belief systems that are intertwined that may be invisible or challenging to see, and the behavior mechanisms that are attached to all of that. And in the discomfort, it's been about allowing the density of all of that you've been holding on in your body, and it could be manifesting as aches, pains, illness, disease, like physical, emotional, and allowing that to pass through so that you can be open to the possibilities and the experiences of reality that your heart and soul know is possible and available.